Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Nilanda, and today I'm finally gonna get to something that I've been putting off for months. This bag of clothes here. I have stuffed this bag with things that I have to kind of do a quick little fix to. Some things are a little more projects, but things I've just wanted to get to. I'm self-taught, amateur, hobbyist when it comes to sewing, but there are some pieces throughout the years that I'm really proud of or things that I've tried. I love that I've been able to do. I think that just sewing and clothes and fashion has always been something that I really do enjoy. And I get into phases where I'm really into it and other times where I'm just like exhausted by it. What I've been thinking about lately is that my style that I see in my brain that I like doesn't really reflect in my closet enough. And some of it is because maybe I don't have the pieces. Some of it is maybe I don't know how to style the pieces I have. And some of it is probably because I'm just lazy and don't go anywhere. So therefore I'm just gonna stay in sweats and a t-shirt all day, which is what I'm wearing right now. I would like to put a little more effort into my outfits and styling this year. I think that as I've gotten older, my lifestyle has changed, so I don't go out as much anymore. I don't do things maybe at the frequency I used to when I was younger. So therefore I don't put as much thought into my outfits as I used to. But I would like to put more effort into my outfits going forward so they matches more of what I would like to wear. I think to achieve that, it'll be a mix of, obviously using the clothes that I already have and styling them differently, buying a few more pieces, thrifting some things I've always really wanted, or just the pieces I think I'm missing, and maybe even trying to DIY a couple of things myself. However, before I get to any of that, in order to vamp up my wardrobe, I really got to get through this bag of stuff. This bag of stuff has been guilting me, okay? I don't feel like I can start new sewing projects without going through this stuff first. So let's see what we have. These pair of jeans. These are a pair of jeans from Primark that I really did enjoy when I was wearing them. They are distressed, and that's part of the problem. The holes have gotten very large. Look at this one. Bam. Look how big this hole is. That's because I put it on and put my foot through the knee hole. I also wore these jeans to a paint studio when I was in Korea, and I ended up getting some yellow paint on them. There's a bit there's a bit on the back. I think that between the paint and all the big rips, this is a really actually great opportunity to change the style of these jeans into more of a kind of a rugged patchwork kind of paint splattered jeans. That's gonna be the idea for these jeans. Don't know if that'll be done in today's video or not. I think just adding patches onto the holes or just adding some more paint splatters up the legs and stuff would be kind of cool, because I like the way they fit and they're super comfortable. These were kind of a go-to jean all last summer. And then this shirt, this will have to be a back burner shirt too, unfortunately, because this would require a technique that I've never done before. So this is a sheared shirt, and some of the shearing, as you can see right here, has come undone, and I would like to fix that maybe by re-shearing it, but I have never done that before, so I don't know if today is the video where I'm going to learn that. I don't even know if I can do that. With this specific shirt, it's not so much of I have a vision for, I want to make sure I get the vision right. It's the technique that I need to learn. So then this here, I have this vest that I thrifted, and I actually really love it. I love a vest, and I love whatever this, I don't know, this patchwork quilted multi-pattern thing is, but it's too small. Your girl cannot get it buttoned. What I'm thinking is I would take out this entire black back piece out and just kind of make it again, but bigger. It doesn't just have to be black. I can even make it more patchwork and add something else to it. I can just have the center be black and then add, I don't know, another piece of patterned material. I do want to save and actually wear this part of it. Maybe some of these fixes weren't as quick as I thought. With just those three pieces, I feel like those weren't exactly the quickest of fixes, but now we're headed to things that I think are. This piece, which is also another cute little shirt. It's a cute little summer crop top, but the straps are a little too long. So every time I wear it, I have to pull it up. It just doesn't sit right because of the straps. So I would just need to take them in a little bit, which I think should be a pretty, easy fix. Oh, these pants. Oh, these are comfy pants. My problem with these pants is actually, there's nothing wrong in the fit of them or anything. My problem is that there's a big old stain in the back. I had a pencil case that had a whole bunch of colored pens, colored gel pens, in a tote bag that somehow got into the wash and completely pens were destroyed, and they got all over some of my stuff, including these pants. There is some yellowing on them from, I think maybe a yellow or orange pen or something. So I think my plan is I'm gonna just dye these a darker color. Not sure what color, maybe a more of a tan brown or something. I don't know yet, but that is the plan for these pants. Maybe not today, just because I don't have the dye for it yet, and also it's a snow day. Who wants to go out in the snow right now? Not me. And then this shirt, actually I have not seen it in a while. So this is a pretty cool blouse that I picked up from a thrift store. I like the color of it. There's fun little ruffles and stuff on it. I think it could be a cool piece to style with. However, I believe it's just a little too big, so I need to take some parts in. But yeah, I was like, oh, I haven't worn it. And that's because I think I bought it knowing that I'd have to fix it. And so I bought it and threw it in this bag and never fixed it. I'm gonna put the things I think are actually like doable as a kind of a quicker fix in one pile, and then things that might take a little more time into another pile. And that could be for another video. Oh, another pair of white pants. Let me guess before I even look. I can probably already tell what the problem is. These are super comfy too. Well, my problem with these two, I think they're also a victim of the pen stains. Oh God, these are so fun though. These are super comfy, but like where? And see, the thing is that I'm inspecting them now and I'm like, where are they? I know that must be the reason, because otherwise they look pretty good, but there must be a stain somewhere on it. I see a little bit on one pocket, but that doesn't seem that bad. Maybe it's on the butt or something, somewhere that I don't typically see. I might have to oh, I see it now. Like I thought, yep, it's on the butt. I see it pretty clearly. I don't know if you guys can or not, but there's like a greenish yellow stain here. I see. So these are also another dye job. And then I have this bodysuit, which I know this is a quick fix. This strap right here is basically it's on its last thread. So I just need to re-sew it in, but it should be a super, super quick fix. This is a top that I bought that literally still has a tag on it. And I like it. It's just a simple like bodysuit, whatever. I think it looks really nice. It could go great with like over a long sleeve shirt or something. And obviously it's like the color red a lot, but my issue is that the straps are too big too. So like if I were to pull it down all the way, the scoop neck would go way too low. So I do need to take this part in a bit. But there's still more. So I have this dress here. I don't know. I will be honest, I don't know how flattering it is on me. And I think that just because it's obviously a very simple like cotton dress, you know, should fall to the shape of your body. And I don't think it's very flattering on me because of that. And also it's in a very light color. So therefore I'm not sure if that's gonna work for me, because, you know, it might just be seeing too much that I don't want the world to see, you know? If I keep it the shape that it is, I'd probably just dye it darker. So it's kind of harder to see through it. Like y'all need to see none of that, you know? Or I think the other option is that I could try to take it for its fabric. I think the easiest thing is to do a dye job. And granted, it looks like I have quite a few pieces that need to be dyed now at this point. I loved this dress. I wore it a lot when I was in Korea. But my issue right now is that this like little like lace sheer applique piece is completely like frayed and kind of torn because it's ripped. So I don't know if I can do anything about that or not. I forgot how much I enjoy it after I'm like seeing it again. Like I used to wear it all the time. And again, it works great with like some, wear like black biker shorts underneath it. I can put like a shirt underneath it as well. Oh, I love this dress. This is a little skirt I kind of DIY'd out of a flannel plaid t-shirt many years ago. And I think my issue is that, first of all, I need to cut the hem. Like, I don't know why I did that. I hemmed it. Look how much extra fabric there is. Like, if I lay it down, you can see it. Why would I not cut that off? So I definitely gotta cut that. The seam is also not straight at all. You would think that it'd be easier to be straight considering this entire pattern is like straight lines, but what do I know? And then I think the other thing is I kind of copped out with a closure because there's already buttons on the shirt. So I think this just needs a little bit of like shaping. And you can see I kept the little pocket up here. And this is one of my favorite shirts. I love this shirt. This is from Free People. And I think my issue with it is that it might be part of it. It might just be too tight. And I can't remember where, or maybe it's like the armhole is too small or something. I need to try it on to double check. The story about this specific shirt, why I loved it, I was so happy when I found it. So Wendy's lookbook, on her blog, she wore basically this shirt, but in yellow. And so when I found this shirt, I was like, oh my God, it's literally the shirt from this blog post, whatever. So I ended up buying it, and I wore a very similar outfit to the one that she wore in her blog post before too. I like this type of style a lot, whatever this is. This kind of like drapey look too. But I think maybe we can try to add that to the pile today. All the other things in here are not related to sewing. They're just things I probably need to just glue back together. Like this headband, where this part is undone. I just need to glue it back. Like, I don't know why. Why have I been dragging my feet over dumb shit? Like this headband, which I actually do like, one of the little coin thingies fell off. I also need to glue that back on. My Chimmy mic, this is my like, a karaoke mic, whatever, and from BC21. His name's broken. Also just need to glue that back on. Like, why have I been putting such simple fixes off? Like, I understand why I put off some of the other big projects, but some things like this, it's like, girl, get it done. Get that E6000 out, get that super glue out. Like, so I have two different piles here. One pile of things that are a little more will take a little more time and effort and planning, and then things that I think can be much quicker fixes, including my little glue jobs here. And therefore, today, hopefully we can turn this mountain of projects that I've been putting off into a hill of projects. But I think this is just like too much, and especially because I've worn it in the hot summer before, and I just don't like having to worry about it sliding off and stuff. So I'm gonna pin it maybe like this much, kind of like here. Just gonna pin what I think will be okay. Oh yeah, much better. Again, you can hardly tell, but like, again, it's just a little bit. Then I'll just measure both sides to make sure it's the same amount that I'm taking in from both straps. But generally, this is what I'm thinking. Again, super easy. So the ways I can do is I can actually just like take this piece, fold it in and sew it across, which is probably the easiest way to do it. What I could also do is that I could actually seam up the strap away from the neckline, cut it, and then re-sew it back on, which is also another option, but we are kind of lazy, so I don't know if I'm gonna be doing all that. Okay, and then this bodysuit, which I will say is actually a little tighter than I remember, but granted, not tight enough where I wouldn't continue to wear it, because usually a lot of times it just ends up being underneath something. But these straps, again, this one's the one that's like popping out, so I do need to kind of tuck it back into the seam and just re-sew that across. But on that note though, as I'm wearing it again, I might just take this one and also do the same thing, tuck it in a little bit more so it's a little tighter. So therefore I don't have to worry about anything slipping. Look how fun and cool this shirt is. Like, you button all the way across with the ruffles here. I freaking love it. Like, honestly, I think it'd look pretty cool if this was like a different color even. Granted, we're not gonna go that far, but if I accessorized it with like some cool long like necklaces or something. But I just love this general style. However, it is just a little loose here. Not like loose enough where I can't wear it necessarily, but I think that if I just took it in a little bit, like even just a little bit, look how much more shapely I look, right? Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, for this skirt, we're gonna cut off this horrendous amount of extra fabric here, like from this hem. What was I thinking? Like, the hem ends right here. Why is there this much fabric underneath it? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, Nils? But for something like this too, it's just like, I don't know what I was thinking here. Granted I wasn't, but what I'm gonna do, I think, is that I'm just going to sew the channel shut. So like, as you can see, there's an opening here to let the elastic through. I'm honestly just going to sew these two pieces shut. So it's like right here, I'm gonna just sew that across and make it like it's complete, and then do a little stitch at the top as well. I could also just remove the button, or I can leave it there. It doesn't really matter to me. That's the main fixes on here. And then this white dress, because I just want to sew these ripped pieces to see if I can get them to go back to each other. Because basically this is the top of the main dress, which is this like white stretchy material underneath it. It's hard to see there, but this is the actual dress, and then this is just the fun lining over it to give it, you know, like a design and stuff. If I can just make sure that all these little frayed bits over here are like tucked in and nice and neat, hopefully it'll be like okay. This is that Free People shirt that I really love, and now that I'm trying it on again, I unfortunately don't think this is something that I can fix as is. Like, I don't think I can save the shirt as it is, because these sleeves are so tight on me. Granted, they like fit, but they're so tight. Like, I think I can Hulk right out of them if I really tried. However, I just love the silhouette. Like this part, love that. Like, I love this. So, and I love this like crisscross type of look here. So, I don't know. I think this is definitely a project for another day, in the sense of, again, maybe I can salvage like the fabric and do something with that, which I think would be really cool. I like this silhouette. I like a lot of parts of this, but again, I can't change the fact that my arms don't fit in here, you know? I could make this kind of into a cool vest or something, but again, not exactly a quick fix. So probably not something I can do today, unfortunately. But that's okay. And this is that red bodysuit. Like, it looks fine. Generally, it looks fine. Doesn't need a big fix or anything like that. Like, honestly, I could probably get away with just wearing it and no one would probably know the difference. But it's like, you can see up here, kind of just, it doesn't sit as nicely. And part of the reason is because these straps are a little loose. They're not crazy loose or anything, but it's just a little bit. So there's a seam right up top here that connects them. So I think I'm just gonna basically shorten them a bit. And again, just take it in. And so as you can see, as I'm moving my arm, it like kind of goes off my shoulder. I'm personally of the mindset of like, clothes look better when they fit you properly. Again, there is caveats, of course, when you want to do like oversized things, etc. But like when the clothes that are supposed to be fitted are fitted to you, they look better typically. See, like this is exactly what I mean. Like I take a breath and now they kind of just like, you can see that there's space between them.
Working from the comfort of my bed, I seam ripped an opening for the straps of my nude bodysuit and decided how much I wanted to shorten the straps. I marked each one with a black line to make sure they matched. Then I stuffed them between the 2 layers of fabric and pinned them in place. I picked out an off-white thread, one that kind of matched, and I hand-stitched the seam I opened earlier shut, enclosing the straps at their new shorter length. Moving on to my DIY plaid skirt, all I had to do for this project was to trim that extra fabric from the hem and sew the channel where the elastic runs shut. Again, simply I did it with needle and thread by hand, and then I also removed the button. In retrospect, I may actually do a hook and eye closure instead and reopen that channel, just so I can have a little more stretch when I actually pull the skirt up over my big juicy thighs. Now we're post-lunch and back in the living room, working on that pink tank top. I folded the strap about an inch or so and pinned it in place on the back of the shirt, doing the same on the other side. Then I hand-stitched across the hem with a similar pink thread to make sure the straps stayed shorter. Because of how busy the pattern on the shirt is and the fact that it's sheared as well, it's really easy to hide threads. So even with that extra little flopping bit sewn down, you can't really see it. And that way, if I ever need to let it out again to make the straps looser, I can easily do that too. And with my white dress, you can see how frayed the fabric is where it ripped away from that serged edge. Luckily, I found some heat and bond in my sewing bag while I was looking for my other sewing supplies. It's an iron-on adhesive, and this was perfect. Instead of trying to sew this delicate fabric back together, I used the iron-on adhesive to fuse the fabric together on the seam where it ripped, making sure to tuck in all those frayed edges. This meant that I didn't have to add any more holes into an already delicate fabric, and I could make sure that all the loose threads were tucked away. At first, I was probably going to use fray check or something, but this worked out so much better. I just took my time and went slow and steady with the iron to make sure that the adhesive part was attached to both sides of the seam and that all the frayed edges were tucked in. And this is what it looks like close up when it was done. Looking at it this way, can you tell which side I fixed and which is the original? Probably, but only if you look really close. I'm just super happy about how this one turned out because I did not expect it.
I'm just gonna use my handy dandy hot glue gun and put some of the stuff back where it belongs. And just like that.
The hot glue gun for my chimney mic really didn't work that well, so I tried to super glue and used washi tape to kind of hold it together, and it worked better, but it's still very fragile. And for the last project of this video, I finally whipped out my sewing machine. It's been maybe like 4 or so months since I used it. The last time I used it was for my Nyx cosplay, which I think I finished at the end of October, early November. So it's been a while. To make my markings, I wore the shirt inside out, and basically I kind of just estimated how I wanted it to be on each side, just trying to make sure it matched. And when I took off the shirt, I used a washable fabric marker to draw a line and just made it on both sides. And then I sewed it, tried it on, realized it was a little too tight, and then I seam ripped that and drew a second line, which you can see here, to make it a little bigger. This process was kind of trial and error, but that's what comes with sewing and that's what comes with learning. And here are the final results.
This is the shirt that I had to take in a little bit on my sewing machine. Took me a couple of tries, but I think the result's pretty good. Again, it took a little bit of trial and error to get the sizing right, but I think I did an okay job. And obviously it looks a little more fitted and shapely, which is what I wanted. So I'm definitely excited to wear this more often because I freaking love it. I think it's so cute. Then we have this cute little pink top that I took in the straps. I shortened them a little bit. Still plenty of stretch. This is what the back looks like as well. Again, you can't really tell if there's anything different. I finally got it done, and that means I can reincorporate this top into my summer wardrobe. Then I have these two pieces here. This one is the one that had the straps coming loose, and I just kind of shortened it again a little bit. Because of the way that this bodysuit is constructed, the front and the back are the exact same. So the parts where I fixed are actually on the back now. When I showed it to you guys, I was wearing it on the front, but I fixed it in the back. And then for the skirt, again, it's been fixed. Hemline has been trimmed, and my little channel here for the elastic waistband is all set. Because the buttons from the shirt are here, it can unbutton and kind of be a cool layering piece. Like, I'm actually thinking it might be nice over another type of skirt to do like a layered look with like a corset or something. Actually, let me try it on my white dress. Why not? We're here. I kind of like this look. Imagine if I had a little like belt or something. But yeah, something like this. I think it could also work too if I had like a longer skirt that was maybe less, like that flowed out less. But something like this I'm kind of into. I feel like this plaid skirt is kind of just a good way that I can add interest to other outfits too, which I'm into. And then this is the white dress by itself. I prefer to wear it with the shirt underneath it. It doesn't always have to be like a long sleeve turtleneck or anything, but just like a shirt in general, because it can be a little like low cut. And I feel like the bust isn't exactly the most fitted to me. I don't know what it was, but I didn't even think about using the heat and bond until I saw it. Like, and that didn't even occur to me. So I'm really happy I did, because it was like a super easy fix, and you can't really tell the difference, especially from afar. So I'm really happy about that. I'm so happy that I was able to fix this dress, because I really love this dress. I got a lot of use of it when I went to Korea a couple years ago. I'm gonna get a lot of use of it when I go to Japan this summer. It's light and airy and super cute, so hits both things I need. Woohoo! This is that bodysuit that I've never worn. That, again, it feels a little loose on the straps here, but I'm a little apprehensive of trying to actually fix it, just because the straps themselves, like the whole bodysuit, it's double layered. So there's, you know, one layer here, and then there's one underneath it as well. And so I just didn't know if I could recreate this like strap again. If I like cut it, or if I just fold it, I feel like it'd be super, super thick. So I just didn't know if it would be worth it, especially because this piece is the one that I've had like the least issues with. Like, it doesn't bother me as much as some of the other things did. I think for this is just not the most flattering. But again, I've never worn it, so therefore I'm not really sure. Maybe it won't bother me as much. I don't know. But I think I'm actually gonna wear it tomorrow, because I got a couple of parties to go to. Yes, I'm very popular. So we'll see how I feel after that. I'm back now, headed out for my Valentine's Day dinner. This is that red bodysuit that I chose not to mend. Yeah, I mean, it looks okay, right? It looks fine. I do think, again, as I start moving and stuff, it might be a little loose, but generally it's okay to wear. I just think that it'd be better if I fixed it. However, again, I'm just a little worried about my skill and capabilities of making the seam look nice. But anyway, this is the fit. If you also have a pile of clothes that you need to fix and mend, this is your sign to get to it, because I don't know why I waited so long to get this stuff done. It was so fast, so easy, and yet I waited months, potentially even years for a couple. So this is your sign. Get through that procrastination pile of sewing projects. Do it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like videos like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if you ever want to hang out with me live, I stream about 2 to 3 times a week at twitch.tv/Nilanda_XO, and I will see you in the next one.